Alright, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I am istherenoonelse, and the video I'm bringing you today, we have some Outnumbered Magicka Templar PvP with a build that I've been trying. I've been looking to get a build post on my channel for Magicka Templar. I know a lot of people are struggling with this class. I haven't played it in a few patches, so I'm kind of at ground. I'm kind of just at the building blocks of making a build. This setup has been working out pretty decently. I don't think it's... there's definitely some other setups that I want to try. I need to get some materials together and get some upgrades and everything. But yeah, overall, this was still a fun fight. Outnumbered. Kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about movement. Wanted to talk to you guys about this fight because I thought it was a lot of fun. And, you know, some different things we did well, some different things that, you know, maybe we didn't do well, and kind of how we were able to stay alive as long as we did, and things that could potentially help you for the upcoming double AP event. So at this point, we got a few people coming in. We go up to the second floor, and you see a few people are trickling in at first, and at this point, movement is huge in outnumbered fights like this. As long as we coordinate well together as a four-man, and we stay moving, we stay non-stationary, we can whittle down the numbers and get it to a point to where it makes it extremely manageable. So we were fighting on the first floor, we go up to the second floor, and there's four of us, and you see 2 or 3 people jump in at the same time. So instead of it being the 4v12 that it is right now, it turns into a mini 4v3. And so we managed to manipulate the numbers to where we have more than them, and we just kill them really quickly. Now we're doing the same thing on the third floor. We go up to the third floor, a few people push in pretty hard, not everybody at the same time, so we're able to kill these guys. And a lot of this is, you know, I'm guessing a lot of these guys aren't grouped up. Some of them are in a group, some of them are probably in separate groups, and when you have that lack of communication among groups, you're able to make movement stuff like this, and you're able to get people separated, and that's how you end up potentially winning fights like this. It's not easy, but this is kind of what you have to do to narrow the numbers down and make it a little bit more manageable. So you see when we come back down to the second floor, there's that DK there by himself, so we're able to kill him really quickly, and now we have this DK here kind of by himself until 3 more people show up. Blap drops the standard, I activate the synergy, so we're going to keep our purifies down, we're going to keep our runes down. We have a lot of support on a Magicka Templar, so we want to make sure we have our purifies, which is a little mini heal over time. We want to make sure that we got our rune, our survival going, because if we get bursted, if our group gets ulti dumped, it's going to kind of rely on us. I think no, Blap's mag also. So Blap's got cauterized and I have Honor the Dead. I'm not the only one with off heals, but I have the best off heal, and so in a lot of these fights, I'm playing a little bit more of a support role. So you see at this point, since we're kiting this other tower, I'm just getting some lightning heavies in, making sure my Magicka is kind of topped off, because if we do get ulti dumped, I'm going to kind of be relied upon to keep us alive if somebody takes a ton of damage. So at this point, I go to burn the camp, and I'm going to take a snipe desync. Now look at my health bar. Did you guys see a snipe come in? I didn't, but I took 3 of them. So that's what snipe desync does. The next 2 minutes, Smithy goes pure god mode and kites around 8-10 people for a couple minutes, manages to get the revive off, and so at this point I go to help him out because look at all the DC on him, and I pop a pot, and I'm just trying to get him some heals, drop a shield ult because I'm a little bit low on stamina, want to make sure I get some resources back, want to make sure I can help him out. Smithy says he's good, and so at this point I go, okay, well, if you're good and you can kite those guys, they're all on you, I'm going to go revive the other 2. So yeah, Smithy's a tank. Anybody, it was pretty fun to watch. So yeah, we're just gonna revive. We're gonna restart it. But yeah, the big thing is, so I take a snipe there, and I'm just gonna heal up to full, and we're gonna get the revives off, and we're gonna go group back up. You see, we got a couple people right here. This guy wasn't healing, so he's gonna take some damage. We're gonna hit our combinations here, and we're just gonna quick take those guys out. See, they came in 2 people on the 3 of us. And once again, we're able to kill them because there's just more of us than there are of them. Even though there's a lot of people in this keep, they're not super organized right now. So we're able to kind of keep things like that. So at this point, I'm just trying to group up with Smithy. Smithy's been tanking a bunch of people. He's low on resources, and he says that right here. And so basically, I'm trying to run interference. So we get a kill right here. I'm trying to get them off of him, and so I'm just popping heals, keeping purifies down, keeping him alive. Really trying to focus on drawing aggro and getting some people dead. We almost killed that guy. This guy is... We're going to move up to the second floor. We got a few people coming in by themselves. And you're going to see at a few points in this fight where one of us is getting focused pretty hard, and then the other other people in the group do a good job of body blocking and other stuff like that. So we do a really nice ulti dump right there. We get 2 people dead. This person, I think he froze temporarily. We managed to get the kill there. So we get 3 or 4 people dead on that corner. And so at this point, we're just going to keep our buffs up once again. We're going to keep our runes down, keep rotating our full combinations on people and just trying to get some kills. You see we got some snipes coming in, so we got to be a little bit careful. I get knocked off the side here, so we're going to go inside. The snipers are still around, so we just got to be careful. I think Blap got sniped out right here, and so we're going for the revive. We just have one person up here, a little bit tankier, but yeah. Smithy's going to get that person up. We see that we have a Sork over here by himself, and so we're just going to cast our combinations. We're going to hit with our top-link charge. They got a couple procs, and yeah, at this point they're kind of separated a little bit, which allows us to kind of focus. They called me back in because we have more people coming in. You see we have the Lancer coming in also, and so we're just going to try and stay grouped up. Once we see the siege, we're going to move, because that means I don't know. I don't, like, in my head, if people are up top setting up siege, it has to be annoying to watch a group just move off to the side and you have to set down the siege and you got to go over to the other side and put it back up. So oftentimes when I see siege, part of the reason I just move is because I know it bugs them. I don't know if anybody else does that. Please let me know. But yeah, meat dags are a huge problem. Lancers are obviously a lot of free damage. We probably could have stayed there a little bit longer, but I just find it funny that they had to pick that up and then move it over and then set it down and then line it up again. And yeah, but yeah, we're just going to get away from the siege. We're going to see if we can narrow some people up. You see we have 3 or 4 people here with leap, and say if they go to set it up again, we get a kill. So we're just going to drop down to the 2nd floor away from the siege once again. Go to bash this revive, kind of stop it from happening. Just doing a call out right here. Hey, we have 1 person up top with the siege. They're going to drop down to 2. So we're just going to try and stay on this real quick. We got 2 people here with the 4 of us. This guy kind of stays in here. I get fossilized. You see I'm taking a couple snipes, so we're going to go inside, get our runes down, get our purifies down, stay down at 1. And once again, we have 1 person in here by himself. He's running in the gate sort. We take a meteor, so we managed to block out of it. We got some red mountain going, so I'm going to keep the purifies rolling for everybody in the group. Go to toppling charge, but we get called back to run up to 2 to kind of focus. We have a bunch of people coming up, so we're going to try and ulti dump on this corner, get him really choked in. But this guy comes in by himself, and we're able to do a bunch of damage right here. We're going to take him out without an ult. Yeah. Once again, that's just movement, getting another kill there. We almost get a kill there, but we're going to kind of stick on this corner, see if we can get people to drop. Blap drops his... Actually, that's an enemy standard, my bad. Now we're just moving around, trying to figure out, who we can focus, who we're going to single target. And at this point, we got 3 or 4 people coming in from this side. We got a few people coming in from the other side. Blap's going to drop his standard right here, I'm pretty sure. And so we get a kill there. There's the standard. I'm going to drop a crescent. Nope. Actually, I'm just going to keep my crescent because my ult's not going off. We're just going to do some pokey sticks and get a couple more quick kills. There's my crescent. We're going to get a kill here. Now we just have 1 remaining person here, and we're going to take the full health radiant, so we're going to put a purify down. This guy goes to hop off the 2nd floor. He takes a bunch of damage, so Smithy and I got to go after him. Purifying light plus a couple sets of jabs and sweeps. He's dead. I'm going to go back up to 2, make sure that I'm with our teammates to where they can take some heals. And at this point, you see there, we got people grouping up over here. We have probably about 8 people or so. A lot of dead bodies so far, so we're just kind of staying on this dead body over here. This person's by himself, so we get another quick kill. And at this point, we're just going to once again, keep our purifies down. This person's by himself also. And so we're going to keep our dots up, keep our buffs up. We got a permafrost coming in. You see we got the siege coming in on the 2nd floor, so we're just calling that out, trying to be a little bit careful, a little bit cautious about that. And at this point, you see my Magicka was just running a little bit low, so I decided to do a full heavy on a tankier individual just to try and get my resources back, because we're going to have a big... They're going to come in with some burst here probably pretty soon, because there's quite a few of them. And so I want to make sure my resources are topped off so we can keep people alive. See, we got a Magsork right here. He's not keeping his shields up, so I call this out. And basically, we're just going to try and focus him. Just as I'm about ready to go kill him, we have a DK come in, so we're just going to back up a little bit. Blap and... I think Audi are over here with 1 person, so I decided to come over and help out. We're a little bit spread out, but so are they, and so we're just trying to pick off 1s and 2s and yeah, just get some quick kills. So at this point, you see they're starting to push in through this choke. We decided to see a bunch of people in the back. Once again, Sorks and stuff not keeping their shields up. We got some siege coming, so we decided to come out and ulti dump right here. So a couple leaps with a crescent and a couple sets of sweeps. We get a 2 or 3 kills, and now we got the Lancers coming in, and this is the part where I'm going to drop some heavy heals. The Lancers do a ton of damage, and so I want to make, like I said, wanted to make sure I had some Magicka to where I could keep people topped off. This build has a lot of healing. I'm running back bar Trickery, front bar Burning Spell, Weave with Ballard. I've hit upwards of 15k heals with this in this patch, which has been a lot of fun. The healing's good. It's not a finalized build or anything. There's a few other setups that I have to try. See, they're trying to push in through that choke, and so now we're just kind of sticking on it. A few people pushed in a little bit early, and so we're able to get a few quick kills there. But oftentimes when I'm trying builds, guys, there's sets that I know will work, and there's sets that I wanted to try. And so I'll often try the stuff that I'm interested in first to see their strengths and weaknesses, because I'd rather see the unknown sets and see if there's something better than just immediately go with what's known. Everybody knows that Overwhelming Surge works really well on a Magplar. I've posted builds in the past running Overwhelming Surge. I've posted builds in the past running Grothdar. I know Overwhelming Surge, Grothdar, and Markarth with Trickery on the back bar will work very well. I know it will. But because I know that what that is, I have a benchmark for what's really good, and I can find something, you know, I can test some other stuff and see if I can find something that's better. Because I know what that is, I can then compare it to other stuff that I want to try, and if I find something better, I can post that. If I can't, I'll just go and, you know, talk about why I'm running Overwhelming Surge, Trickery, and, you know, Grothdar. So that's what I often do. I've had a few conversations with people. They're like, why don't you run this? Why don't you run this? Well, the thing is oftentimes metas are what is known and popular at the time. And so if you've been playing this game for a while, there are a few times where a set or a certain combination will exist, and it's existed for a little bit, and it takes a few patches to become meta. Like the first thing I can think of is Charged a few patches ago on staffs to really stack buffs. Charged existed that way for a couple of patches. It didn't really become popular until a few patches later, when people started to catch on how strong it was stacking Minor Defile with burning, with vulnerability, and all these other sorts of things. So I'm not saying it was bad. I know a few people were onto it early, but I think we can all agree that even if you were onto it early, it took a little bit for it to become actually meta. And so, yeah, if people ask why you don't run meta, it's because you're trying to find something better than what the meta is. And sometimes that exists, sometimes it doesn't exist. So at this point, you know, you saw we had a bunch of siege coming in. We moved over to this tower once again. We get a few quick kills. And all this is just group movement. As a group, we did a really good job of just coordinating, calling out targets. You saw at the end when we were moving over here, a few people said they were low on resources, so I popped a shield ult, and I intentionally stayed behind them. I don't know if I should have mentioned that at the time I got to talk about the meta, but if you go back and you look at it, I dropped a shield ult, and I intentionally stayed behind everybody in my group so that I could reflect all incoming projectiles, give them a reprieve. And I'm not the only one doing that. I know Audia, I know Smithy, I know Blap. We're at all at different points. We were doing our little part to take aggro off of people when we were lower on resources. I even called out a few times, like, hey, I'm low on resources here. Can you help me out? And yeah, they just allowed me. They just kind of face tanked while I was able to get some resources back so that I could help them out. Now at this point, Yellow was going to come up here with the hammer, and we, like I said, Blue had Emp, and Yellow immediately gave hammer to Emp, and so now we have Emp group with hammer, and there's 4 of us, and they have a lot. So you see we got Novas coming in, really good coordinated Emp group with synergies. We're trying not to pull everybody, but we did. Yeah, I took the hammer aggro, plus I took the synergy aggro from Emperor, and it does a ton of damage. It is what it is. No big deal, but really fun fight. Really fun fight involving movement. If you guys like this sort of commentary, please let me know. I will continue to be posting Outnumbered PvP clips. Hopefully we'll have a build out in the next 4 or 5 days, and then we'll probably dive into double AP, and I don't know what I'll be playing yet. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.